So let's go ahead and start how we always start. Bring your hands over your belly and close your eyes. And just feel your feet. Feel them making contact with the floor beneath you. And I'm going to let somebody in, and imagine you're growing roots into, so imagine you're growing roots into the earth. Just feel those roots moving down, 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 about the length of your body down into the earth. And then those roots, then you're going to feel energy moving up from those roots, up through your feet, up through your legs, and into your belly, beneath your hands. Now breathe into that area. And repeat to yourself, I'm filled with vibrant energy. I'm filled with vibrant energy, or whatever intention you'd like to set. I'm filled with vibrant energy. And go ahead and release your hands and open your eyes. And let's just do a little twist to open up our spine. So let's just take the hands out. So one's going to come behind you and one's in front. So you're twisting. In fact, let's push with the front hand and push with the back hand. Just opening up the spine so you're freeing up tension in the spine so you can get more energy flowing. So Jenny, I know that you can hear me, and we're doing a lot of the same movements that we did in the last class last week, working on energy again. Let's do a couple more. So look over your shoulder. Just really notice that stretching in your back, in your upper body. And I know a lot of us carry tension in our neck and upper body as well. So feel like you're pushing that out and wringing out your back at the same time. And then let's go into knocking on the door of life. So go right into knocking on the door of life. Hips are facing forward. Twisting from the waist. I know we've all done this a lot, but it's always good to have little reminders. Tapping that door of life, the kidneys, where that energy enters. Giving ourselves a little energy recharge. It's become one of my go-to movements in the morning. Keeping your shoulders nice and relaxed. And the more you do these movements and repeat them on a regular basis, the more powerful they become to your body, how they shift you mentally, they clear the cobwebs. So repeating the movements helps to deepen the experience. Do that a few more times, just feeling as if you're recharging your battery. Every time you tap back there, it's a little bit of a charge. Just check in with your breath. So you're just breathing normally here. And then let's take one hand to the collarbone, the outside of the collarbone, kind of near your armpit. And the other on your kidney. You twist and tap. Nice little tap. So remember, this is the lung point. So giving our immune system a little boost. And when we have the transitions from one season to the next is when our system becomes a little vulnerable. I'm sure some of you have had spring colds before, so you're just amping up that kidney chi to keep you healthy. And then let's slap across the neck area. Cup your hand a little and you're going to get in there a little bit more. Releasing tension in your neck and getting that flow of chi, of life force energy into your brain. And then back, whoops, careful of furniture, I just hit my chair. And back around again. And then just let your hands and arms relax for a moment. And just kind of check in. You start to feel a bit more energy coursing through your arms and your hands. And then let's go into water waves. So one's in front and one hand's behind. It's going to get a little closer so you can see. So I shift my hand. It comes like this and around. Hands facing this way, and then I switch it. So hands facing inward, palm is facing inward, and then outward. Inward, and then outward. Water waves to help us release old emotions. And with knocking on the door of life, we woke up our body and release, and now we're kind of getting the mind in a more receptive state for our practice, at the same time clearing out some old emotions. A couple more times. So imagine that your hands are moving through nice warm water, maybe the nice lake or a stream or a river or the ocean in Hawaii, perhaps. Just moving your hands through. It's a lot of visualization in Qigong. And just relax your hands down. And then let's do a big open. And I may be coming over to the computer in a second. I think Leslie, we dropped Leslie, so I'm gonna let her back in a moment. Inhale and exhale. All right. Keep going. I'm just going to let Leslie back in. Hi, Leslie. We see you back in. Just keep going with that. Just making sure everybody else is good. Okay. And then relax the hands down. Let's do a nice full body flow. So bring the hands up. And I can see that screen enough to see who's here. So if somehow you get dropped and you have to come back in, I should be able to see to let you back in. So back up, big inhale and exhale. Inhale, rolling out up, feeling that stretch in the front of your body, that yin energy, and down the back, the yang energy, the more active energy. Flowing into the more receptive energy. So we open up those meridians. So we can flow between those two states and balance them out. And switch whichever wrist you're holding. And exhale. A big inhale. One more time and exhale. And then coming back up to center. And let's do a little chi massage. Wake up everything. So first tapping around the heart area. Remember, the heart is the seat of our emotions. So just tapping, so bringing them to the surface. Waking everything up, and there's just lots of little energy points around this area too. And then coming down the inside of your arm, all the way to your fingers, and then the back. Just a nice little slap, waking everything up to your shoulder, the neck area, and back, tapping on the heart. So if you ever feel any anxiety in your heart area, this is a nice to just little tap. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and for whatever reason I might feel it here. So I just do a little tapping and it helps to alleviate it. And coming to the inside and the outside and all the way up. And let's do it one more time. Inside, get into the inside of the elbow, your wrist. Remember, there's lots of good points right on the inside here. Slapping down, back around. And then just sloughing it off, sweeping it down. So anything that came up that you don't need, letting it go. Now, just as a side note, I'm wanting to show you this again. As we were slapping down, I was telling you that there's a lot of points right here. So remember that point it's such a helpful point. So you take 3 fingers, hopefully that you can see, okay, so 3 fingers down. I'm just putting my fingers here just so I could see where it is and where the 3rd finger is, the one closest to the elbow. That's where you want to push with your thumb or any finger really into between the 2 tendons right there. And that is an excellent point if you're feeling any anxiety or any just turbulent emotions. And it's also good for insomnia. And it really actually helps me for that purpose because sometimes insomnia has an anxiety component to it. So just working that point. You know, you could do it anytime you feel like you're a little out of sorts. It's also good for nausea, motion sickness, that type of thing. Okay, so back to it. But I was thinking about that point, and I know it's so helpful for me, so I want to make sure to share it with you. So let's slap down, let's massage down our legs. So coming down the inside, all kinds of juicy meridians coming down your legs. So we're activating all those energy centers. And to the outside, slapping to the outside of your knees, your thighs, and then getting into let's get up and down the back, to the low back, just as far as you can comfortably. So just as far as you can comfortably reach, and coming down all the way down towards your tailbone and back up again. And then to the hips, to the front. And into the sides a bit, that circulation going. And then down the center again, the inside. All the way down to your ankles and the outside. And the back again. And then to the front. And then just let it go. And just check in for a moment. You should start to feel a little bit more of like that you've activated your energy centers. Feeling a little bit of buzzy energy. It's a little bit more of that chi circulating through your body. And let's do a little bit of belly organ knocking now too. So just coming up and down by the organs. Go a little light. Just don't do too hard. And especially if you just ate recently. This is a good one. Remember when we did our digestion class before, this is one that's good to get your digestive fire going, but you want to do that before you ate. But it's a nice massage. It gets the circulation going into your organs. So you can come up a little and down. Good, and just let it go. And let's do the pump now. So the pump, kind of like full body stretch, but it's really pumping that energy up a little bit. So hands come up. Big inhale here and exhale. Big inhale. And exhale. Big stretch up. Open up. And exhale. So really loud exhale through your mouth. So you're releasing whatever you need to let go of. This is nice for your lower back as well. So this practice is for more energy. And you'll find tonight, you're going to feel nice and bright and alert, that you'll be ready for bed when it's bedtime. But that said, I wouldn't do this if I send you the recording, if you guys want it. I wouldn't do it right before bed. I wouldn't do it at 9 o'clock at night. But this time of day is great to do a practice, just to get your energy flowing like it does in the morning, if you're a morning person. Let's do one more of the pump. Big inhale, stretch back if you can, if that doesn't bother your low back. And exhale. And back up. And then just let your hands float on down. Just checking in for a moment. And let's do the tiger claw so we can release old stuff. Remember, we got to release all that old gunky energy so we make room for that fresh, clean energy. So hands come up. They're here, they come up. And then you're going to take, remember, I mirror you. So your right hand in front and your left behind, and you twist a little bit to your left. And then your hands come down for tiger claw. Pushing past your limitations, coming up and clearing old energy. So imagine you're pulling down any perceived limitations that you have. Whether from past or anything that you're thinking about in the future. So you're clearing old energy. Again, if you feel like you're still clearing a lot, then just exhale through your mouth. Always inhaling through your nose. If you feel pretty clear, then just go ahead and just start breathing through your nose. Inhaling up and exhaling down. A little bend to your knees. So when you exhale down, remember you're twisting and coming down. Coming back up and twisting as you come down. Straighten your legs and bending. Take a look down at your feet. Make sure that they're parallel to each other and their feet are facing forward, about hip distance apart. One more, both sides. Letting it go down to the earth. And then back to center, and just pause for a moment, just feeling the chi, feeling if you're starting to feel it building up a little bit. And then we're going to take our left leg up. So take your left leg up and down and coming down and up and down. I started kind of funny, I know. Up, squatting down, up, hands on either side of that foot. It's a little bit of balance going on here too. Knee bend. So when we bend like this deeply down, again, it's connecting us to the earth and then activating our energy. So just generating more energy, coming down as far as you can. Now, if you can't come down that far, that you got creaky knees, just come to here. Otherwise, come down. as far as you can. And this is good for the kidney as well, for the battery. We'll do one more at the center and then both sides. In the center again, last time. And the side and down. And you probably feel like you got your energy going a little bit. So get a little bit of cardio in there as well. So let's, now that we got that energy up, let's do a little bit of lung breathing to bring in more energy. So hands out, inhale, exhale, inhale. So think of pulling the string, opening up, and exhale. Big breath through your nose into your lungs and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And again. And just leave your hands here. And let's go into swimming dragon. The swimming dragon is a longevity pose and works with all your systems. So let's push to the left and look to the right. And then push to the right, look to the left. So really push into those hands. And now let's get our legs into it as well. So lunging the same way you're pushing with your hands, and then lunging. So you're just shifting your weight. Shifting your weight. Really push into your hands. You'll feel that in your pectoral and your chest muscles. The exhale comes right here as you push. Inhale and exhale. And see if you can stay down now. Instead of coming back up, keep that squat happening. Now let's take our dragon for a swim. So remember this, and think about lots of movement in your back. Up and down. But all while pushing into your hands. So it's not just about, it's more about your back is what's moving, and then your arms. Back, and down again. Up, and back to center. And big inhale, and exhale. And inhale. One more time. And let's do the first part of dragon again. So you're just pushing back to center, pushing, and then shifting your weight at the same time. You can feel it in the upper back as well. And back to center. And let's do a neck stretch. So let's do the neck stretch that we usually do when we do tiger claw. So let's just take our hands out and shift so you're looking towards your left, and then just look behind you at your left hand. Getting into the neck area. And look in front of you now to your right hand. Drop your shoulders down. Now drop your hands down and they come back up. And same thing the other side. So hands come out. Look at your back hand, your right hand. And then at your left. And then just drop your hands down, come to face forward again. Just bring our hands to our shoulders. Just roll them a few times. and change directions. Good. Now let's do a movement called the powerful dragon. So I'm going to go sideways so you can see a bit. Take your right leg forward, left leg is back. Now you're going to take your left hand forward and your right hand comes back like a fist. And then you're just going to bend that front leg and then you're just going to push. Let's do it again. So the back leg, I have my back foot planted on the floor. You can come up on the toes if that's more comfortable for you. And then just pushing. Let's do that again. A couple more times. Exhale as you push. So it's an inhale and then an exhale. So you're going to have an inhale there too. Coordinate your breath with your movement. Last time. And just drop your hands down. And let's do the same thing the other side. So now you're going to take the right leg back, the left is forward, and take the right hand forward and the left back to start. So the same leg that's back, that hand is forward. And now you're just pushing. If you want, you can straighten and bend, or you could stay bent. So if you're straightening, it's here, and bending, it's here. Just coordinating your breath with your movement. Last time. And coming back and still keeping a nice wide stance. Guys, warming up a little? No, I am. In fact, I'm going to open my window just a little. Okay, hands out again for a little bit more lung breathing. So really bring that energy in. So hands out, inhale, and exhale. And exhale. One more time. Just leaving your hands here for a moment. Let's go into moon over the leg. So just dropping your hands down. First, let's just move our hands side to side. Starting to feel that room and space for that flowing energy now. We've stretched and strengthened and released. Just side to side. And then coming up your right side, come up and around for moon over the lake. So just starting to bring in that really relaxing, flowing energy. So you can, when you're coming from this relaxed space, you have more room for that energy to flow, and then you have more access to it. So it's not like it's plugged, like your sink or whatever you're telling us about, Patty. It's flowing. Inhale. And your hands float on down. Moon over the lake. So just going over a lake, letting your hands float up to the moon. Changing, doing a subtle shift. This movement subtly shifts your energy into a more flowing state. Relaxing your wrists. And now let's change direction. So over to your left and a little slight twist and then coming back up and down. little exhale here. Hands floating up. Inhale. Exhale, floating down. Inhale, floating up. One more time. And then just holding that chi ball for a moment as you start to feel your chi ball accumulate a little bit more energy. So now we're going to do a breath called fanning the fire. So it cultivates more energy, and this is also good for your digestion before you eat. So if you just had something to eat before class, just don't do it as intensely. So you're going to bring your hands to your knees, and you're going to pull your belly in. So you're going to pull it in and out, and quickly with your breath. So you're really focusing on the exhale. The inhale will come if you're focusing on your exhale. So you can't really see, but I'm pulling my belly up with each exhale. Fanning the fire. You come up for a moment, just take a breath. And let's do that again. Good. Now come on up. Let's take the energy up now. And let's do the tiger. So you're going to make claws. So before we did tiger claws, this is tiger. And you're just coming down and up. So you can say this particular practice that we're doing today is a little bit more invigorating than other practices we have done, or we do, because we're focusing on more energy. And when we're focusing more energy in Qigong, we work a lot with our legs, with the strength of our legs. So that's why we're doing lots of squatting, which you might feel tomorrow if you haven't been doing a whole lot. Big up and down. So think of having claws and bringing down to the earth again. Anything else that happened to just come back up, letting it go to the earth. And pulling back up. And again, down to the earth. Let's do that one more time. And coming back up. So when we're working with energy, we're working with creating more heat in our body, and it's a cold day, so you might feel a little bit more heat in your body right now as well to help balance that coolness of the day. So let's go back to fanning the fire for a moment, and we're going to add another step to it. So bring your hands down and then coming up. And hands to the sides. And pulling down the heavens. Let's just do pulling down the heavens a few times. Inhaling, pulling up that energy. So pulling that heat that we got going in our body. So we're now surrounding ourselves. So now pulling it back down so it doesn't just stay up and stimulate our mind, but it comes down to our heart. And down to our physical energy center. Lifting and releasing. And just releasing your hands down, closing your eyes for a minute and just kind of check in and notice how you're feeling right now. And then let's go ahead and do a little shaking. So just shaking to release. Always more to release, isn't there? So just releasing whatever it is that you need to let go of, whether it's physical tension, maybe an injury that you want to heal, or a mental attitude, frustration, letting it go. So big bounce. Now, if you want to work more on the physical level with your lymphatic system, bounce up on your heels, and then you'll start to help to release more toxins from your body too. And this is good for carpal tunnel. I know, Leslie, sometimes you have mentioned that before. So this is great for that. You can really get into that wrist movement for that as well. Coming up and around. Keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. And I'm just going back to look at my little cheat sheet. And slow it down and just relax. And just amplify your chi even more. The hands come out. Let's do bird grasping its tail. So bringing in more energy. And then exhale, coming to right here. So your fingers are facing towards the inside of your elbow. And then you open up, taking in life, taking in energy, and then creating a container for it. So containing it. And protecting yourself at the same time for not taking in, from preventing yourself from taking in energy that's not so healing. So big inhale. And exhale. So the fingers are pointing to the inner elbow. There's a lot of energy points on your fingers, even, believe it or not. And when you're pointing them to the inner elbow, you're actually activating the energy between those finger tips and the elbow. So there's a method to this. There's a reason. Inhale and exhale. A couple more times. And now, so you've got your left hand in front. Let's take it back. So you're looking back, taking it back and circling it back behind you. And now coming back and pushing into your right hand, pushing it forward. And then pulling back and forward again. And now coming up like this again. So now it's your right hand in front. And now you're taking your right hand, circling it around behind you. Imagine you're gathering energy from behind you and bringing it to your left hand, forward and inhale. And now round your upper back, exhale. And coming back. Now the left hand comes back. And now you're releasing your right hand forward and kind of pushing into both hands. Coming back and forward. And now coming back into the bird grasping its tail movement. And we'll do this is the last time for this movement. Taking your right hand back. Imagine you're pulling chi from all around you. And then you push into that left hand and push them both forward. Pulling more chi in. Pulling it out. Let's just do this for a moment. Inhale. And exhale. So pull in. And now round your back as you exhale out. And then just take your hands here, feeling that chi ball again. And let's do a sipping breath. This brings more power and strength into the body, and it just increases the energy level. So you're going to take your hands here, and you're going to inhale with 3 sips. So it looks like, and that's just me inhaling, and then my hands come up, and we're going to come down. So we'll do, so your hands come up your side, inhale 3 times. And up, and then down. So I don't know if you can hear my breath. I'm trying to do it loud. I'll come a little closer. So it's, and releasing down. Hands are towards the side. And let it go. So we're circulating the energy now. And now we're going to change it up just a little bit. So up, up, up. Now I want you to tighten your body. So you're making fists and you're tightened, so you kind of feel everything tight and almost shaky. And then just kind of move it, wiggle it down. So you're kind of just wiggling all the way down to the earth. And then gathering energy from the earth, pulling it back up. And bringing it down. And let's do that again. So sipping. And then you're making a fist with your hands and tightening everything. And then just kind of wiggling your way down to the ground and gathering energy from the earth. The big ball, pulling it up and bringing it down. Let's do that one more time. In Qigong, typically we do movements in, or many times in patterns of threes. So let's do that one more time to get our 3 in. So it's sipping. And now you're making a fist. And first just tensing everything in your body, tense it up, and then kind of let it go as you wiggle down. And gathering energy from the earth. So imagine you're gathering a big chi ball and bringing it up. And down. Do that a couple more times. And up. And down. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. And moving right into turning the wheel. So just now, no sipping breaths, just hands come up and relax down. And now just breathing through your nose. Inhale up. Exhale, hands floating down. And just drifting back up, nice and relaxed. And floating back down. Couple more times for turning the wheel. So imagine you're moving energy up your spine and back down the front of your body. See if you can actually feel that. Like close your eyes and just feel that as your hands move up, energy is moving up your spine, up to between your eyes, and then as you release down, just feel it moving down the front of your body. And releasing down. Just feeling that chi building between your hands. Now let's take the left hand up and the right down between heaven and earth. Now bring your pinkies in and coming up and around. Just follow along the best you can. Right hand's coming up, left is down. Just bringing in some more energy from all around you. So we've done a lot of clearing. So this movement just helps us to touch into that universal chi that's all around us and bring it to within us. And the more you do Qigong, the more you just start feeling good for no reason at all. You just feel content. I find that things wash off my back a little bit easier. I don't stress over the small things as much as I used to. So just pulling in that energy that helps support us in staying really balanced. And then we're going to switch the direction. So let's take the right hand up now and the left down, and connecting with the energies all around us. And then let's rotate our pinkies in and around. Nice breath in. So just breathing through your nose. Hands are nice and floaty. And let it go, releasing down. Feeling that chi between your hands again. And let's do a movement pulling down the heavens in 6 directions. So shift so that you're looking to your left and your hands come out to your side. And you pull your hands all the way up above you. And as they reach up towards the sky, then you shift your weight facing towards me, and then your hands come down. And then as they reach down towards the ground, then you shift towards your right, and the hands come up again above your head. And then as you exhale, you're facing towards me and your hands come down. Your right hand's coming in front, your left behind. As you twist your body to look to your left, then the hands come out to the sides. They reach up to the sky. And as they just about reach the sky, you shift to face forward and then just pull them on down. And again, twisting so you face to the right, hands to the side. Imagine you're pulling up all that recycled energy from the earth. Pulling it up. And now pulling it down through you, through your mind for clarity, your heart for content emotions, and your body for vitality. So big inhale as you twist the other direction. And exhale coming in down. Same thing, other side. Let your hands float up. And now fill your cup, fill your mind, fill your heart, fill your body. And other side. So we're just going to go back and forth a little bit more. And this time, just let your hands drift on down. And let's just do it, opening the flow. So just let your hands float up, riding that current of chi, and flow down. So they're very relaxed. So imagine that chi is moving your arms. It's not your arms. So as your arms come up, shift your weight back a tiny bit to your heels. And as if they come down, shift forward, toe your toes a little bit. So you're rocking, so your whole body is moving. So back and forward is a slight movement. Or you could think of it as your hips pulling back. You're going to feel that move to your heels and your hips pulling forward. Hands are nice and relaxed. opening the flow. Maybe just gazing down towards the floor. Keeping your breath nice and slow. Just observing any thoughts that come up, but don't get attached to them. Just notice, oh, there's a thought. Come back to this motion. It's relaxing, rejuvenating movement. Let's do that one more time. Up and down. And feel your chi ball. That energy should be growing. If it's not, that's okay though. Then let's take the right hand under the left. Take the left hand up. And we're pulling in even more chi now. Filling in any cracks. That chi will go wherever it needs to go. You don't have to think at all about it. Just know that there's all kinds of invisible energy around. You don't see electricity, do you? But you know when you turn your computer on, it's there. So imagine there's all this other energy that you can access and absorb into your body through these movements that were created thousands of years ago for this very purpose. One more time each side. And again, holding that chi ball. Let's do a movement called the tree. So this is the Qigong tree. Shoulders are relaxed. Elbows are relaxed. The fingers are facing each other. So you're holding a big, beautiful tree, absorbing that nice, stable energy from the tree. And this movement just helps us to create a container for all that energy that we move through our system. Helps us to hold on to it. Check in with your breath. And again, relax your hands. Circle around for 3 more pulling down the heavens. Exhaling. And exhale. And bring your hands here. Before we go into bamboo in the wind, let's do monk holds its pearl. And it's simply taking your hands like this and bringing your thumbs. So imagine you have a big pearl right here. And just close your eyes and feel the energy in your dantian, in your belly center. Go ahead and interlace your hands now. So just like this. And bring one hand over the other, over your navel and a little bit lower. And bring your feet together so they're touching. You can have a little bend to your knees. Relax your hips. Close your eyes. Just let yourself sway however your body wants to. It's moving, it might be larger, it might be smaller. Just bringing alignment to all that life force energy that we move through our body, our mind, and our spirit. filled with vibrant energy. The more we fill ourselves with this vibrant, clear energy, the more we're able to magnetize to us what we'd like to bring into our lives. Remember that. Now go ahead and bring your hands to your heart in a prayer position. And as I like to do at the end of each class, take a moment to acknowledge to yourself something that you're grateful for today. Perhaps rain, perhaps whatever speaks to you. And just notice that peace and joy and contentment, bliss moving through your body. Honor the fact that these ancient movements that you are doing, that you take this time to do these movements to access this deeper state of contentment. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. And the light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.
Namaste.
And you know, namaste is from yoga, but I have to say it, so it feels right to me. So thank you for joining me today. Have a nice, peaceful evening. And next week, we'll see. I'll send a note out. It just depends on the weather. We're kind of in that springtime stormy weather. And any questions?
Well, did you send the last week's session out? I've been so busy, I'm not sure.
No, but I will do this week's. So
Okay.
do you guys like that if I send you the recording?
I do.
Okay.
You don't have to. I have so many of them from you and from Lee.
I'll probably will because you'll be in the list. But you know what? Because we're looking at it on gallery view, which I like because I can see you guys. I don't feel like I'm just looking at myself.